Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and the FBI has been releasing bombshell after bombshell in regards to, well, Mrs. Hillary Rodham Clinton, and this has been released in their FBI investigation files of her. Not only that, but we know WikiLeaks has continually been releasing stuff, none of which in both cases you are hearing on mainstream media or a majority of the mainstream media sites. Now, here's what they're too afraid to tell you and what you need to know before you cast your ballot for the 2016 election. If you know anyone who is on the fence about Hillary, well, this is the one you're going to want to forward to them, especially considering we're on the brink of some pretty crazy things here. But I have a lot to detail. Everything from the latest WikiLeaks to FBI files to evidence that Hillary Clinton is working with, yes, a shadow government on the 7th floor. You may or may not have heard about that. And also the latest Project Veritas leaks videos, which I'm going to leave in the info box below, that prove they are doing election fraud and causing tension at Trump rallies. And not only that, are they causing strife at Trump rallies, but it also shows how they bust people in, either using their personal vehicles in order to rig the election. And by now, many of you have probably already saw those videos. If not, please, please watch them. So let's delve in first to the FBI files. All right, so the first website I want to start on is FBI Vault, or the vault.fbi.gov. This is where a lot of the files are getting released as far as the FBI investigation files of Hillary Clinton. What you're going to see here is part 1 of 4. There's 4 parts, and I've been skimming through this information, but I want to take you to page 20. Quite frankly, all of it has rather good details. But let me show you this particular section. Page 20 of 47 if you want to look it up on your own. But when asked about the email chain containing C, that is the FBI questioning Hillary Clinton, the C portion markings that state determined to currently contain confidential information, Clinton stated she did not know what the C meant. So, in other words, she is playing dumb in regards to not understanding that C contained confidential information. Wanted to show you that first. But it also goes on to say that Clinton asked if the C related to confidential header and footer. Clinton did not believe the content of the email was classified and questioned the classification determination. Well, she's not an idiot. She knows exactly what she's doing. And here, that just shows she's playing stupid, but level of classified information. So that's one huge part, and I've brought that up in other videos. But moving on to the latest release, this is part 4 of 4, again on the FBI Vault here. But I want to take you down a few pages to page 56. This is scroll page 56 if you're following along. But the section I want you to focus on here is this one. There was a powerful group of very high-ranking state officials that some refer to as the 7th floor or the shadow government. Interesting. You mean the shadow government that doesn't exist? FBI and CIA and Obama and they don't exist at all, do they? But wait a minute, they're the ones reviewing everything on the 7th floor or the shadow government. This group met every Wednesday afternoon to discuss the process and the congressional records. Everything Clinton related to FOIA congressional inquiries, that's the Freedom of Information Act, and inquiries on her investigation. The known regular attendees, here's some names here, included Jonathan Feiner, Chief of Staff for Secretary of State John Kerry. We knew you were in it all along. Jennifer Stout, Deputy Chief of Staff Heather Higginbottom, Deputy Secretary of State for Management and Resources Kennedy, Julia Prefield, Assistant Secretary Legislative Affairs, Office of Legal Advisor, and some of this is blocked out, Office of Legal Advisor overseeing states, blank, blank, blank. So everything was to go through this secret government. Normally, the larger Freedom of Information Act requests, such as with Clinton-related requests, I think that IPS would schedule a rolling release. That means every few weeks or months, the properly reviewed and approved materials would be made public. However, the seventh floor group, the shadow government, argued the release should be done all at once in January 2016 for coordination purposes, while IPS officials did not have control of the release process of the 296 emails related to the House Select Committee on Benghazi's request. They did have control of the release process for approximately 30,000 emails, or 455 pages. So there you have it. All right, moving on in this same document, we're on scroll page 28 here, and this is in regards to quid pro quo. I want something, you get something. I give you something, you give me something deal, which you've probably seen. But right here it states, Kennedy told that the FBI classification of the emails in questions caused problem for Kennedy, and Kennedy wanted to classify the document as benign. He stated further that the benign classification would allow him to achieve the document in the basement of DOS, never to be seen again. That's not good there. Not yet knowing email's content, told Kennedy he would look into the email matter if Kennedy would provide authority concerning the FBI's request to increase its person in Iraq. Following his conversation with Kennedy, blank contracted blank to discuss the email of concern, blank told blank. The email Kennedy's concern was classified by FBI Counterterrorism Division and was related to the attacks of the U.S. consulate in Benghazi. Following his conversation with contacted Kennedy and informed him there was no way he could assist Kennedy in declassifying the information contained in the email. So they told Anderson and Boyles about Kennedy's request to declassify the email and response denying the ability to do so. However, blank did not discuss the content of the email with them. Interesting. So here, let me hide a little bit of information for you so I get a little bit of something in return. All right, but that's not all. Here is a Congress of the United States, Washington, D.C. Notice the date on this, October 17th, just a few days ago. This is from John Kerry, Secretary, U.S. Department of State. Dear Mr. Secretary, and the signers are the chairman and Jason Chaffetz, and Devin Nuns, and I might be butchering that, but that's who it's from, and it's to John Kerry. But in this letter, I want to show you some of the information that it contains. Here it addresses the quid pro quo incident, saying it failed to materialize, but there's that information. But then it goes on to also speak about the shadow government. It says, Under Secretary Kennedy was also reportedly involved in pressuring State Department reviewers in the Office of Information Program and Services not to mark Secretary Clinton's emails classified. For the review of Secretary Clinton's emails, State Department career employees were overseen by a group of senior State Department officials referred to as shadow government. And here we get into a few more names. That shadow government group included Under Secretary Kennedy and several former attorneys from the law firm that has represented Clinton in the investigations. William and Conley LLP. The career State Department employee who would normally conduct the email review stated the process for Secretary Clinton's emails differed substantially from the ordinary review process. And that's a letter to John Kerry there. All right, so here we are on the next section I want to cover, and this is Project Veritas. If you have not seen this video and this video, you need to watch both of those. I'm going to link them below. You can see they're already up in the millions, thankfully, but we need all 300 some odd million people here in America to see these. This is huge. But in a nutshell, they are about 16 and a half minutes each. I was going to include bits and pieces from them, but I would rather you go there and watch them in their entirety. They're that crucial. But what they expose is Scott Fogle, Bob Kramer, Cesar Vargas, many others that are working in the downline of the Democratic National Convention through the DNC and through Hillary Clinton's campaign. There's a direct money trail going all the way through Hillary's campaign and the Democratic convention. They're linked. They're the next man down. They're pretty high up the ladder. But these men all talk about inciting violence on purpose at Trump rallies, how they pay people to go in. And we've been saying this all along on my channel, many other channels, but this is your proof. You're wanting proof. This is it. More on top of proof we've already released. But they go in, they pay people and, get them to work at these Trump rallies in order to incite violence, which is exactly what they've done. Not only that, but they also reveal that they're rigging the election. How are they doing that? Well, they were busing people in through organizations like MoveOn.org, who buses people in, give them new t-shirts, and they can go and vote numerous times, bring people from across the border, dress up homeless people. They say that Scott Fogle in the video even talked about getting mentally ill people to do their work in order to rig the election. But this is complete rigging of the election. He has now been fired, thankfully, along with others, I believe. But nonetheless, this is not the last we've heard of Project Veritas releasing of these videos. So keep an eye out on there. They're going to be releasing a ton of them through the election. So come in here, watch those very huge information releases. Now, one other thing that they stated, the Project Veritas owner or the main guy there, and I'm blanking on his name at the moment, but he said that the mainstream media didn't want to air his stuff because, well, it was against the Clinton campaign and they were downright afraid of the Clinton campaign. And InfoWars, in this link that you see right here, O'Keefe, oh yeah, there it is, O'Keefe, TV network spikes story over fear of retribution from Hillary Clinton. This is James O'Keefe said this in regards to his appearance, but they all out were afraid of Hillary Clinton, and I think rightfully so, because her wrath and what she's got body count galore. Now, moving on to the latest from WikiLeaks. I'm going to scroll up here, but there's some new things that have came out since my last release. They're on part 12 of the Podesta files right here. I thought this was interesting. WikiLeaks Politico chief political correspondent, straight up news organization, has direct dealings with Hillary Clinton. Please don't share or tell anyone I did this. Tell me if I F up anything. I'm not going to say the word because I've become a hack. I will send you into the whole section and blah, blah, blah. But nonetheless, that's your direct correspondence there via Politico. Moving down a little bit, here's the fake poll. Then there's this, CEO Mark Zuckerberg, and I want to show you this one. Here's the actual file from WikiLeaks, is working directly with Hillary Clinton, or as WikiLeaks puts it, he needs help understanding the political process. He also needs help understanding what the heck freedom and privacy is, but guess nobody's sharing that with him. Nonetheless, here's the correspondence. You can see who it is addressed to here. But they go to say, Cheryl goes on to say, I can't imagine you have any free time at all, but in case you do on this trip in the Bay Area, or wondering if you would be willing to spend time with Mr. Zuckerberg. There's another name for him, but I will be nice. He's begun to think about how he might want to shape advocacy efforts, to support his priorities and yada, yada. He wants to be understanding of the political process or political operations. Thank you, WikiLeaks, for letting us know. We already know how corrupt he is. We also know that Qatar gives Bill Clinton $1 million for his happy birthday flow. Now, we knew that in history's past. I mean, not history's past, but we knew this earlier in a report I put out. But there's that as well. All right, one last thing I want to show you here. Again, it's on InfoWars. Video satellite feet cut as soon as Congressman mentions what? WikiLeaks on CNN. WikiLeaks, brrr, we can't talk about the emails or WikiLeaks. So that's called hiding information, CNN, and that's exactly what they have done. And I lied. One more report. That's my last one. Not the last one. So I lied, but moving on. Former Clinton chief Hillary scrawled handwritten notes calling black people the N-words. Now here she goes pouncing around saying, you know, people aren't, or what is it? Donald Trump's a racist, yet her own chef is coming out saying she used the N-word quite often. Here's a video. I will leave it in the link below for you to check out as well. So there's that. All right, so there you have it. Lots to take in, but this is something you absolutely need to know before casting your ballot. So please get that out to anybody who is on the fence about Miss Hillary Clinton, because quite frankly, she is eviler than evil for, you know, people just to be afraid to share stuff because of the things that she does. That says a lot. Please get out there and vote this election season. Cast your ballot. We need a landslide in order to get Trump in. And if you're going to be voting and getting out there, which all of you are, please wear red on election day. Dress up in red and be ready to go. Not only that, but please also make sure to check me out in November 4th, or on November 4th, 5th, and 6th. I'm going to be attending Deception in the Desert. We're going to tour around Area 51. L.A. Marzulli, Billy Crone, myself, and many others are going to be there. I'll leave information on this below. But crucial event, and I want to see you guys. I'd love to meet you. Come up and say hello. I'll be the MC of the night, trying to make it as fun as I can and serious at the same time, because there's so much going on. But great event in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll leave information below. They are selling tickets, so get them now before they're sold out. Well, thanks again for tuning in to my channel, and please don't forget to check out my sponsors. Get the Tea is one of them, and he's got a great product. The sea veggies here, as you can see, I think. Yeah. And it's good for thyroid, blood sugar. It's gluten-free, vegan, whole plant, straight from the ocean. Great stuff. You can see the pill size here. Good stuff. I took mine today, but great product. And, you know, if you have any thyroid issues in your family, you need to be on iodine. This is a great iodine product that I would highly recommend. And you can see it's all organic. It's got some of that, the different ingredients. There you have it. So getthetea.com. Also Protovite, another good one. This helps all the nutrients that you're taking get in your body. It revitalizes your blood literally from the inside out. It's blood changing. So get on the Protovite. These are some of my favorite products here, and all of it helps fund what I do here in order to get the truth out. Anyhow, make sure you're watching the election tonight if you can, or recorded the debate, excuse me. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven signing out.